execution, since it's instant and the live, you're getting the slippage, you're always going to lose against the spread.
Right.
Like you're simply going to be cut. FTMO and My Forex Funds and E8 Funding are, they own the broker and they own the bridge. So they're manipulating the slippage and the spread and the commissions and all that stuff. Like newsflash, everybody's doing that. And then phase 2 is when it starts to become more like a simulated live conditions. And what that means, for people that don't know what this means, is basically, you know, there's spread, there's commission, that's fine, but then there's what's called volume bands. So there's bands that basically you can set up, you know, in the bridge settings, and if you enter a 1 lot, there's going to be an additional slippage of X amount. If you enter a 2 lot, there's going to be additional slippage. 3 lot, 4 lot, every company, it depends what bands they want to set up. It's all customized.
Place the trade, I push the buy button, look at where it takes me in. Look at that. There you go. I was immediately slipped. As you can see, I have my ask and bid lines shown on the MetaTrader. It was nowhere near to the price where it was displayed on the MetaTrader bid and ask lines. Not sure if this error is from 8cap directly. I'm almost certain that this has something to do with the funded trader.
If you have ever experienced crazy slippage with any prop firm, please let me know. Ask this from my free Forex community on Telegram to provide me their experiences. Best is if you have some video evidence of this. Let's make a list of all the prop firms that sabotage the traders into failing their prop firm challenges and their live accounts. If you watched my previous 3 videos, know that the most shocking thing to me from this whole situation was not the way they risk managed, but the way they actually sabotaged successful traders to make them lose. Because when they lost, My Forex Funds actually made money. There are some prop firms definitely that are doing this that I've seen myself, and I need your help to identify those other prop firms that do this kind of things. In this video, I want to focus on an interview. We're gonna look at that together, but if you would be so kind, please share your story as well. It would help other people make the right decision of which prop firm to go for.
This video is actually from 4 months ago, guys. This guy pretty much actually exposes the whole industry in this video. It really kind of starts off at 35 minutes, so let's look at it from this point on.
Like I see tweets about people and they're like, FTMO and My Forex Funds and E8 Funding are, they own the broker and they own the bridge, so they're manipulating the slippage and the spread and the commissions and all that stuff. Like newsflash, everybody's doing that. Like,
listen, if you go and trade your live account, you're going to experience the same things at a retail brokerage.
Well, I'd like to educate people on what's actually going on, right?
So one thing to really note is that the interviewer is kind of like trying to get off the subject. He really doesn't want to talk about it, and it's quite fun to see.
When it comes to the phase 1 and phase 2, right? A lot of phase 1, depending on the company, I can't speak for E8, you know, or these companies. I don't know what they're doing, but maybe they are doing this. Phase 1, a lot of them are just demo. Like it's a strictly demo account. If you try to enter a 50 lot, you will get the price on the screen, right? It's just going to execute. And then phase 2 is when it starts to become more like a simulated live conditions. And what that means, for people that don't know what this means, is basically, you know, there's spread, there's commission, that's fine. But then there's what's called volume bands. So there's bands that basically you can set up, you know, in the bridge settings. And if you enter a 1 lot, there's going to be an additional slippage of X amount. If you enter a 2 lot, there's going to be additional slippage. 3 lot, 4 lot, every company, it depends what bands they want to set up. It's all customized.
It does seem like a lot of people fail phase 2, which I thought was just a psychological thing, but it could be that there's some sabotaging going around in phase 2 as well, why it makes it more difficult than phase 1. So this is some really interesting information right here. So I'm moving up a little bit in the conversation, not to make this too long.
So people right now are complaining that TFT spreads are marked up. And the reason that it's marked up is because we're right now with 8cap trying to get certain, you know, access and whatever, certain agreements, so we can adjust those settings to be able to offer the more competitive spreads. So if we're not able to put the volume bands a certain way, we have to mark up the spreads. And that just is what it is. And
so this is really interesting. So 8cap actually demands them to do this type of stuff. It doesn't seem very logical to me, but I don't know, I guess at least he's being open and we know what to expect and it's not coming as a shock. But in the beginning of this video, you did see an example of what actually happens when you're trading with TFT, and it's really, really bad. And that doesn't happen with all prop firms. So I don't know if that was a good explanation. Let's continue.
CMO thing, the people that complain about it is what for now is what it is. Like we're paying people out, we're continuing to pay people out.
Yeah.
The company is extremely healthy, and that's what's most important.
I think a lot of people that are complaining about the spreads are the ones that are like failing the accounts,
Yeah.
right? So like that's an external thing. Like you're complaining about the spreads, but what size lot are you trading, right? Where you have to worry about the spread. Is that 2 pip spread?
Well, this is exactly what kind of My Forex Funds was doing as well. They were paying out, but if you're sabotaging the traders that are successful, then it's not really good, right? So TFT is kind of exposing themselves that they're actually doing exactly the same thing as MFF. So the weird thing is he's actually exposing himself, like he's openly talking about that he is doing these types of things.
You're gonna like completely blow your account.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people don't talk about it. A lot of people don't even worry about it because they know it's like it's not that important.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of scalpers.
And I'm gonna put the link for this interview in the description below, but let me know what you guys thought of this, and definitely check it out because he kind of exposes a lot of things about how his prop firm works and how probably a lot of prop firms operate. And the key factor here is, I think, 8cap. The only place I have seen those types of things going on. I've also had good experiences, by the way, with 8cap, but also those horrible spread things, the only places I've had those really bad experiences is with 8cap. And so there's definitely something there that could be looked into. And like I said, guys, if you have any negative experiences, please let me know. And this will be continued. I don't want to make this too long, so I will see you guys in the next video, and please do share your experiences as well.